Good morning, world. Welcome to Sports Chat. No, not Morning Time with Matt. Gosh. Anyway, all this confusion is kind of leading up to an announcement I'm going to make later on in this show. So get ready for the big announcement. It's coming. Trust me. Anyway, yes, it is December 17th, 2013. We have exactly 1 week until Christmas Eve. So, hope you're done shopping. If not, now's the time you might want to say, I gotta do that. Anyway, I have all my stuff together except one present. I'm waiting on one present, but it's being delivered and through the mail. There's nothing I can do, It was supposed to be here last week, but of course, here I am presentless. So, anyway, but I'm hopeful that it's going to come through. I know it is. Just I'm not a very patient person. I'm very just kind of edgy. Okay. Anyway, you may ask, what's this shirt say? I'll read it for you. Even though it says, is because I move around a lot during this and do my hands and do all this. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna stay still for 1 second so you can read it and you can follow along with me. Love God. Love people. Serve the world. That's what it says. And down here, you may not be able to read it, but it says StevensCreekChurch.com, I think. Is that it? StevensCreekChurch.com? Yes, that's exactly what it says. This is the church in Augusta, in Evans, Georgia, right outside of Augusta, that I went to for a period of time. I want to say two and a half years. I went here when I very first moved to Georgia. And that's before I moved to South Carolina. So Georgia, South Carolina, what am I talking about? I used to live in Georgia. Then I moved a year ago to South Carolina. So makes sense? Yeah, I know. Anyway, this church was a lot like Gateway Church in Austin. That's why I went to this church. I love this church, and I still do. When I say I loved, I put it in past tense. That's not true. I love this church. I still, like I said, I still do. I made a lot of good friends there. I could start naming them off, but I'm not going to do it because then I'll leave someone else and be like, well, why didn't you say me that? Because a lot of these people are still my friends on Facebook. A lot of them. So, anyway, love this church. I appreciate what this church did for me. But like I've said in earlier things, as wonderful as this church is and as great as this church is and the message it does and the things they do for the community and the idea, I love that about it, but it wasn't my church. My church is Gateway Church in Austin. So Stevens Creek, as wonderful as your church is and as wonderful as your people are, you have great leaders, great pastors, and great church-going people. It's not Gateway. Make sense? That's why I don't go here as much anymore. Matter of fact, I haven't been in a long time. I promised myself I'd go again by the end of the year, but that's not going to happen because, like I said, I'm doing Gateway Church through live stream. Anyway, okay, enough about this. So, in case you ever wonder, what does that shirt say? There it is. That's what it says. Okay, getting to the 4 weeks. 4 weeks. I have been doing this morning time with Matt. Today's my 4-week anniversary. Thank you so much, everyone, for letting it continue to grow. And it has been growing. And I got some numbers here, and I had to write the numbers down because it's weird. There are a couple of numbers they don't sink in or something like that. I have to write them down or something. But, now flip that. I can give you, I guess it's called selective memory or something. Since 1980, I can give you pretty much the Atlanta Braves lineup since 1980 for every single team from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s till now. I can give you the Braves lineup. Not necessarily stats, I can't tell you. Well, Dale Murphy hit 289 in 1984. I can't do that, but I can tell you pretty much what player played where, and yada during that time because that's just something I just remember. So, Moving on to the show. What surprises do I have for you this morning? Well, none really. Just an announcement. And before I give you the announcement, I need a drink of tea. So, hold on one second. Cheers. Okay. Okay. So, last week, from Tuesday a week ago until Tuesday now, this is what has happened with Sports Chat with Matt and Morning Time with Matt. This is what happened. I had 33 views. And now, keep in mind, I'm getting all this information from my YouTube account. That doesn't take into consideration my Facebook account, I guess. Or maybe it does. I don't know. I have to figure that out one day, but not today. Anyway, since for a week, I've had 33 views. And for the first time ever this past week, I had a video hit double digits. I had 12 views of that whole Mac Brown Get Out thing. I had 12 views on that. So that was the most views I've ever had on one single video. So thank you for those who watched it. And thank you. Anyway, that's what happened. Like I said, and also this week, very exciting as it pertains to this show. I had my first subscriber. Yes, I have a subscriber now. I think in the past I may have said, I have over 137 subscribers. No, what I meant to say was like I had 137 viewers, I don't know, people who viewed this or something. And I think I was taking the accumulative amount of people who had seen this since I had done it from day one till that point last week, I think. Anyway, but yes, I have one subscriber. So thank you very much to my one subscriber. You know who you are, Jeff. Thank you, son. Not my son. He's not my son. He's my nephew. But I said, son, just thank you, son, because that's just how we talk here in South Carolina. You call everyone son, who's a boy. So it makes sense. And if you're a girl, you call people honey or baby or something like that. And that's just the way it's done, And actually, that kind of got me into a little bit of warm water at Stevens Creek. I was like, oops, don't call people you don't know, especially, younger girls who aren't quite adults yet, honey or, whatever. Don't do that. So, yeah. But, moving on from that, because that's actually that's actually a memory I don't like to think about or talk about. So, X-nay on that. Get out. X. Okay, so here we go. This is the announcement I was going to share with y'all. This is my exciting, quote-unquote, announcement. And I kind of knew this is what was going to happen eventually. But after the beginning of the year for 2014, what I'm going to do is I've decided I'm going to not do the Morning Time with Matt and Sports Chat with Matt 2 videos a day. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to do 1 video a day. 1. And I'm going to kind of merge the names, and I need to figure all that out. But like I said, I was giving you the good news about the show, about 33 views, 12 viewers for 1 video. But there's also some bad news. I also had 2 videos, that had 0 views. 0. And one was a Sports Chat with Matt, and the other one was Sports Chat, and one was Morning Time with Matt. So you can't really say, well, this show's doing better than this, and yada, yada, yada. No, it was just two videos I did last week that had no views. So, yeah. Like I said, with the good comes the bad, so you got to take that into consideration. So I'm going to go ahead and just, like I said, I'm going to merge the 2 shows. I kind of knew eventually that's where the show would go anyway, to where, because if you've ever watched these shows, and hopefully you have, and I'm sure you have, like I said, it's Morning Time with Matt and then Sports Chat with Matt. A lot of times I get those 2 names, brambled in my brain. I'm just like, okay, welcome to Morning Chat with Matt. Welcome to Sports Time with Matt. And those may seem like subtle differences. It's like, big deal. Who cares? I care. because although I'm not striving for perfection, I would like the show to be kind of, perfect. So I need to, I have a couple more weeks. Well, actually, not a couple more weeks, because like I said, when I go to Dallas on December 26th, I'm not doing any shows between December 26th and January 3rd. Well, I get back on the 2nd, but I'm not going to do a show again until January 3rd, and that would be my first, one time a day show. And it'll probably be around 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure yet, and I'm not quite sure of the title either. But yeah, this 2-day show thing is, although it's been a lot of fun and I love it, it's just, I think it needs to merge into one. Just do one show a day. Okay. Anyway, that's my big announcement. Sorry it wasn't very fun, but that's my big announcement. Hope you enjoyed the big announcement. It wasn't very big, was it? Sorry I didn't do any impersonations like I did last week with the Joker, or I've been doing kind of through the week with different people like Bubba from Forrest Gump and, Captain Jack Sparrow and stuff like that. It's like, well, come on. This is me. Don't you just want some me? See? Look at that. Yeah, anyway, but that's pretty much my show for today. I have a few minutes left. A few seconds left, I should say, but I'm really, oh, by the way, Lions, here, this is my really upset view I'm going to give you right now. Ready? I actually had a little, grumble coming out, too. It was like, but anyway, I don't want to do that. Anyway, I gotta go now. It's past 12 minutes. Time to go. I'll see y'all tonight for Sports Chat with Matt. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.